when I talk about pushing too, make sure that you're not doing every single set to failure and doing negatives or drop sets on every single set, because I think you can overdo if those are every single set. I like a building process. I like to do the first set, I like to push it, and I'm pushing it not to total exhaustion failure, but I'm pushing it to get into that burn, and where it's like, wow, I can feel this feels good, and it's like, okay, that's done. The next set's a little bit heavier, I push the next set maybe a little bit further. So it's like a building process for me, and it's like, say I'm doing chest, it's like, chest is a good example of a layer, like a layering effect as your pump goes on, and you know, say the third set's a little bit heavier and I push that one farther. If that's my last set for that exercise, I might push that one to failure. If I do another one after that, I might push that one to failure. But I use the first couple sets or so when it's lighter, not to necessarily go to failure, but to get into that burn and go past that burn, to get the blood in that area. And it's like, I'll feel like a light layer of blood. It's like a slight pump, you know, the blood's in there. The next set brings a little bit more, fills out my chest just a little bit more, and then as I get heavier and heavier, and I'm like really pushing, it's like it feels like it's going deeper and deeper into the muscle tissue, like it's like deeper. I mean, I push those last sets or two on each exercise, so not all of them, but just like the last set or two, I'll push it, and push as many as I can do, and go as heavy as I can go, if it's like I talked about in some of my other videos, if it's a strong day. And then I'll go on to the next exercise, and I do the same thing. I start with a lighter weight and I push it, I get into that burn, but I don't do failure on all those sets. It's like maybe the last set or two of each exercise I might do where I'm like really pushing. The first sets lead up to that, and although I'm not stopping at just 10 reps or 12 reps, I'm still pushing it, but I could still probably squeak out maybe another 5 or so. So I haven't like pushed it to total failure, but it's pretty close to failure. If I'm going to do a drop set, I might do it on maybe my last exercise of something that I'm doing, or maybe maybe my last 2 exercises, maybe the last set I might do a drop set. I just listen to my body. Usually if you're doing those too much though, it's like you're going to overtrain the muscle and you're going to do too much, and that's going to keep you from growing. So you want to make sure that you're doing just enough. I think there's a fine line. For me anyway, from what I've learned over the years, for me, there's a fine line. To me, it has to be a building process. Each set gets harder and heavier, and then it's like I'm deeper in the muscle, then I go to a different exercise and hit the muscle from a different angle and do the same thing. You know, say for chest, like if I'm finishing with cable crossovers, I might do 3 sets of that and then finish maybe every single set of those with 10 burns. So I do my full ones, and then I finish with 10 burns. I might do something like that on all 3 sets. I think that was the question. I can't find it in here, but it was something like that. So I just wanted to say, make sure that you're not doing too many of those types of things, or even negatives. I think those are good negatives, drop sets, burns, going to failure. All those things are ways to stress the muscle and make it intense. You just want to make sure that you don't overdo it in one workout, because I think you can do too much of that. So just be careful with that. Had to let one of my doggies in. So anyway, just make sure that you don't do too much of that kind of stuff in one workout. You know, maybe one workout you could do a set or 2 of some negatives. The next workout you might want to do some drop sets, you know, a set or 2 of those on maybe your last exercise. Just kind of mix it up. I think that works good too. And just try to listen to your body, because your body will tell you what's going to feel right for that workout. So anyway, I hope that helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.